Just about every homeowner has seen their home value drag down in the past couple of years. I know I have, a lot. Prices have plunged a fifth on average from their peak in 2006. So how can you recoup some of your losses? By fighting your property taxes so you can save big money. Tax expert Tracy Conan did just that.
I'm the original owner of a townhouse in one of the most highly desirable neighborhoods in Milwaukee. When I bought my house 4 years ago, I got a good deal compared to the neighboring houses, which were going for $300,000 to $350,000. Last year, I got a letter saying that the assessed value was being increased astronomically. The real estate market was already in a decline, and I could tell they were doing this across the board, hoping people wouldn't object. Well, I did. I immediately wrote a letter disputing the assessment. Within a few weeks, an assessor was at my house. I gave him my price, and he took it.
All right, so let me explain to you a little bit why this and how this is so important to you. So your property taxes are based on the value of your home, right? In 2006, even 2007, our homes were worth a lot more. So ask yourself, are you paying property taxes based on the value of your home 2 years ago, or even 5 years ago, or 1 year ago? Tracy Conan is with us on the money line right now. Tracy, here's the question for a lot of us. We've seen a lot of our home values go down. Can we challenge our current assessment, the value that basically the municipality puts on our home, even if it was made 2 years ago at the height of the housing market?
A homeowner should absolutely challenge their assessment if they believe it's too high. You know, the house is often assessed, and then that value is carried forward from year to year and used as a basis for the future assessments. And so obviously, as you pointed out, if we start out with an assessment that's too high, it can affect the taxpayer for years to come. So challenge early and challenge often. As soon as you know that you've got an issue, challenge that assessment and see what you can do to get it down to something that's more reasonable.
Yeah, and to something that's basically the market value of your home, because why should you pay taxes on a price that maybe, let's say, was $500,000 2 years ago, and now you're worth $350,000? So you want your tax bill to be on the current price, not the old price. So, Tracy, what is the first step that you can take if you need to challenge an older assessment?
Well, what you're going to do is you are actually going to challenge this year's assessment, which may have been based on something done a couple of years ago. And so as soon as the new assessments come out, check with your municipality how you go about challenging it. For me, I had to fill out a form and send it in to say I was objecting, and they had an assessor contact me. So it's usually pretty much just a simple piece of paper that needs to be filled out or a letter that needs to be written.
Okay, so that starts the process rolling. Now, once they, make an appointment with you, their assessor, Tracy, you make a point that you really need to allow them into your home, or else they can't do the job that may work for you.
That's right. Typically, the city or the municipality is going to require full access to your property, both inside and out. Obviously, they need that access to be able to make a fair determination of the condition and value of your property. And so it's important that you let the assessor come on in your house and be cooperative. In my case, I had an assessor who was very reasonable and easy to work with, and so cooperating with him was easy for me.
And that saved you quite a bit of money every year.
Well, for me, it saved me only about $250 a year, but I got to tell you, $250 pays a bill, and since it's something that is recurring every year, it was important for me to get that assessment knocked down right away, so I wasn't paying for it for the next 10 years to come.
Yeah, and that was based on an assessment of your home that went down basically around $11,000. So just imagine there are a lot of people out there whose homes have gone down $100,000 in value in 1 year. So that can be translated into really big savings. So, Tracy, talk to us about, there is some paperwork here. So you got to present proof of the position that you're standing on.
Right. You can't just tell the assessor that you think your taxes are too high and expect them to agree. You really need to prove that the value of your home is lower than what they've assessed it at. So if you recently purchased your house or had it appraised for a refinancing, have those documents ready. You might also want to have information available on current real estate listings or current sales for similar properties in your area. So you want to try to identify houses that would be similar to yours, maybe in terms of square footage, the age of the house, the quality and condition of it, and that's exactly what I did. There were other townhouses in my neighborhood which were comparable to mine, but were selling for less than my assessed value, and so that information is really what sold the assessor for me.
Yeah, and you can use the web for that, too. You can find a lot of records of sales in your area, like Zillow or Trulia.com. Now, Tracy, you did this on your own, but sometime, when do you need to bring in help? When would you need to bring in a professional?
Really, I think the average consumer can often do it alone as long as they're willing to do that research on the property values. Like you mentioned, there are websites now available to help with that. A lot of assessor information is available online, so that's how I got information on properties in my area, just from my local assessor's website. And so if you're willing to do that research, you can do it on your own. The more money that's at stake, however, the more I recommend that you start looking towards a professional. So if you've got a commercial building, assessed in the millions of dollars, and you want to start fighting about that, that's a lot of money on the line, and I say get a professional involved early.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tracy, for your help on this one. It's a biggie. For more on how to fight property taxes and save big time, check out onthemoney.cnbc.com.